ज्ञानातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। स वै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहैतुकीयप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसिद्धति। वासुदेवे भगवती भक्तियोगा प्रयोजितः जनयत्याशु वैराग्यं ज्ञानं चेत् अहैतुकम्। शुश्रूषुषदानस्य वासुदेवाकतारुचि शान्महत्सेवया विप्रा पुण्यतीर्थनिषेवनात्। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विध्नोति सुहृत्सतां। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोभादयश्चेतयेतेरनाविद्धं धृतं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति। एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य जायते। विद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये। त्वयि मेऽनन्यविषया मतिर्मधुपते शकृत् प्रतिमुद्वहतात् अद्धा गंगे वागमु धन्वती। क्वीन कुंती महारानी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, चंद्रा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। Good morning everyone. Today we are reading from Canto 2, Chapter 2. The chapter name is The Lord in the Heart and the text number 31 and 32. It's a long purport, so I'm just planning to read the purport, and if there is any discussion, if there is time, then we can discuss. Text number 31. तेनात्मानात्मानम् उपैति शान्तम् आनन्दम् आनन्दमयो अवसाने एतां गतिं भागवतीं गतो यः स वै पुनर्नेह विसज्जते अंगा. I wanted to share the screen so that it will be easy for me to follow also. Word meanings. Tena, by that purified, Atmana, by the self, Atmanam, by the super soul, Upaiti, attains, Shantam, rest, Anandam, satisfaction, Anandamayaha, naturally so being, Avasane, being freed from all material contamination, Etam, such, Gatim, destination, Bhagavatim, devotional, Gataha, attained by Yaha, the person, Saha, he, why, certainly, Punaha, again, na, never, Iha, in this material world, Visajjate, becomes attracted, Anga, O Maharaja Parikshit. So here in this synonyms, the important words are Anandam, Anandam, Shantam, and Gatim and Bhagavatim, like devotional destination and rest and satisfaction. Anandam, Shantam. Translation: only the purified soul can attain the perfection of associating with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction in his constitutional state. Whoever is able to renovate such devotional perfection is never again attracted by this material world, and he never returns. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We should specifically note in this verse the description of Gatim Bhagavatim, to become merged in the race of the Parabrahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as desired by the Brahmavadi impersonalist, is not Bhagavati perfection, is not spiritual perfection. The Bhagavatas never accept merging in the impersonal race of the Lord, but always aspire after personal association with the Supreme Lord in one of the Vaikuntha spiritual planets in the spiritual sky. The whole of the spiritual sky, of which the total number of the material skies is only an insignificant part, is full of unlimited numbers of Vaikuntha planets. The destination of the devotee, the Bhagavata, is to enter into one of the Vaikuntha planets, in each of which the personality of Godhead, in his unlimited personal expansions, enjoys himself in the association of unlimited number of pure devotee associates. The conditioned souls in the material world, after gaining emancipation by devotional service, are promoted to these planets. But the number of ever liberated souls is far, far greater than the number of conditioned souls in the material world. And the ever liberated souls in the Vaikuntha planets never care to visit this miserable material world. So here, Srila Prabhupada is trying to explain the description of Gatim Bhagavatim. Gatim Bhagavatam means spiritual destination. Here, he's also emphasizing that impersonalists, Brahmavadi impersonalists, they like to merge, but but that is not a destination for pure devotees. Bhagavatas, Mahabhagavatas, they never accept merging in the Brahmajyoti. Also, there is a comparison between material skies and spiritual sky here. Out of the whole spiritual creation of the universe, not just universe, but the whole Brahmanda, not just one anda, everything, like the whole spiritual, because even material is also part of spiritual, right? The material universe is only 1/3 part of 1/4 of the whole. That means the 3/4 part is spiritual planet, spiritual sky. The 1/4 part is material sky. So in the 3/4 part of spiritual sky, there he's saying that there are so many Vaikuntha planets, not just one, so many Vaikuntha planets. Just like there are so many material universes, like the mustard bucket full of mustard seeds. Remember that analogy? So like that, that is only 1/4, and this is 3/4 of so many material planets. So many Vaikuntha planets. Sorry. So, and then he's saying that once the conditioned soul, after gaining emancipation by devotional service, so once they gain that attraction to devotional service, then they are no longer attracted to the material things, and they will never care about visiting the miserable material world again. That means they will never come down or come back. So they will just go back and to Godhead and stay there forever serving the Lord. So the impersonalists who aspire to merge in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence of the Supreme Lord, but have no conception of loving devotional service to him in his personal form in the spiritual manifestation, may be compared to certain species of fish who, being born in the rivers and rivulets, migrate to the great ocean. They cannot stay in the ocean indefinitely, for their urge of sense gratification brings them back to the rivers and streams to spawn. Similarly, when the materialist becomes frustrated in his attempts to enjoy himself in the limited material world, he may seek impersonal liberation by merging either with the causal ocean or with the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence. However, as neither the causal ocean nor the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence affords any superior substitute for association and engagement of the senses, the impersonalist will fall again into the limited material world to become entangled once more in the wheel of births and deaths, drawn on by the inextinguishable desire for sensual engagement. But any devotee who enters the kingdom of God by transcendental engagement of his senses in devotional service, and who associates with the liberated souls and the personality of Godhead there, will never be attracted to the limited surroundings of the material world. So there is an analogy given here that impersonalists are compared to a species of fish. Certain species of fish, it moves to one river to another and then migrate to ocean. Again, it cannot stay there forever, and it will come back and again come back to rivers and streams. because of the attachment to sense gratification, to enjoy, it will come back and enjoy again. So what he is comparing here is the impersonal Brahmajyoti. When impersonalists merge in Brahmajyoti, right? In Brahmajyoti, there is no variety, meaning it's just, the eternal light. There is no variety. That means we learned, right? The variety is the mother of enjoyment. We heard this before many times. When there is that variety is not there, when there is no association with the Supreme Lord, just merging into the Jyoti is not going to give them the satisfaction. So after certain period, they stay in the Brahmajyoti for certain period, long period of time. Then they become bored, and they again, because of the desire to enjoy, they will come back to the material world again. Just like the fish that goes to ocean comes back again. So it just, the cycle goes on until that person tries to come out of that attachment and become like a pure devotee of the Lord, who is attached to the association in devotional service to the Lord. So one who is associated with the liberated souls and the personality of Godhead, they will never be attracted to the limited surroundings. That means once you get a higher taste, you will never fall down. You will never come back. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. In the Bhagavad Gita also, the 8.15, also the same is confirmed. As the Lord says, the great Mahatmas or the Bhakti Yogis, after attaining my association, never come back to this material world, which is full of miseries and is non-permanent. The highest perfection of life, therefore, is to attain his association and nothing else. So this is the Gatim Bhagavati, means spiritual destination. The highest perfection of life is also described in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.6. We will review if we have time in the end of the call. We will. There also, Sukadeva Goswami is explaining to Parishit Maharaj about the destination, the spiritual destination. The Bhakti Yogi, being completely engaged in the Lord's service, has no attraction for any other process of liberation like jnana or yoga. This sentence is very important. A pure devotee is 100% devotee of the Lord and nothing more. This one, struck me. I kind of, because if we are on a boat, we should be completely in that boat, right? Then you will reach destination. If we have multiple boats, meaning we have multiple plannings, multiple destinations, then you cannot reach one destination. So but pure devotee is not like that. Pure devotee has that he will hold on to the lotus feet of the Lord and just hold on to it, and he's a 100. There is no deviations, no nothing. He will see nothing. It's only the lotus feet of the Lord or another form of the Lord, and just continue doing devotional service and go back to Godhead, and nothing more. So that is the definition of pure devotee. He is a 100% devotee of the Lord, nothing more. So this is my understanding. If there is corrections or additions, please do that at the end of the call. We should further note in this verse the two words Shantam and Anandam, rest and happiness, which denote that devotional service of the Lord can really bestow upon the devotee two important benedictions, namely peace and satisfaction. We have understood this when we read Bhagavad Gita 9.2, right? Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Paramam Pavitram Idam Paramam Pavitram Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. I forgot the verse. If anybody remember, can anybody recite that for me? Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukam
kartum avyayam.
Right. So this here, the Shantam and Anandam, Kartum, the Susukam Kartum Avyayam, that is what the explanation that I was able to connect here. The impersonalist is desirous of becoming one with the Supreme, or in other words, he wants to become the Supreme. They want to become the Lord and then merge in the Lord. This is a myth only. The mystic yogis become encumbered by various mystic powers and so have neither peace nor satisfaction. So neither the impersonalist nor the yogi can have real peace of satisfaction. but the devotee can become fully peaceful and satisfied because of his association with the complete whole. Therefore, merging in the absolute or attaining some mystic powers has no attraction for the devotee. So, why Sukadeva Goswami is explaining all this? Prashit Maharaj asked the question at the end of Canto 1, right? Remember what was the question? The question 1.19.37. He is saying, just 1 second, the 37. So he's asking, what is the responsibility of a person who is leaving the body, right? What is the responsibility of a person, dying person's responsibility? So let's see. O Guru of Saints, show the way of perfection for all persons and especially for one who is about to die. So this we can understand in a different way also. Not just a person who is about to die, which is himself, which is Parishit Maharaj, right? He's about to die in 7 days and he's asking. But this can be applied for people who are preparing for death, meaning our whole life is preparation, right? Our whole life is a preparation and death is an examination. So at the time of death, whatever we did our whole life, at the time of death, we are put to exam, and we will be examined. And then if we pass the test, then we will go back to wherever the destination is according to your test. So he has explained, right? So many paths are there. There's so many yogic systems are there. The Ashtanga yoga system is also there. But he's saying here in the last but one line, see, so neither the impersonalist nor the yogi can have real peace and satisfaction. So it doesn't matter whatever process and so many Ashtanga yoga, this yoga, that yoga. You can do any kind of yoga and processes, follow so many processes, right? But the devotee can become fully peaceful and satisfied because of his association with the complete whole. So they cannot have real only the devotee who is engaged in devotional service will have this peace and satisfaction. And there is so much variety, right? The variety is the mother of enjoyment. There is so much enjoyment. We have seen last night in the temple during the glorious Gauri Purnima celebrations. It was like ecstatic kirtan, and everybody is jumping, dancing, and it was so like everybody is chanting the mantras. His Holiness Rompa Swami Maharaj is chanting and following along the process, and it was just so peaceful. It felt peaceful and it gave satisfaction to definitely a lot of souls around. Therefore, merging in the absolute or attaining some mystic powers has no attraction for the devotee. So devotee is not hankering to gain piety or get mystic powers by doing certain austerity and all those things. He's whatever he's doing, he's trying to just make Krishna happy. That's all. That is a pure devotee's heart. Attainment of love of Godhead means complete freedom from all other attractions. Now, this point is very, very deeply emphasized in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, which is towards the end of the chapter. The conditioned soul has many aspirations, such as becoming a religious man, rich man, or a first-class enjoyer, or becoming God himself, or becoming powerful like the mystics and acting wonderfully by getting anything or doing anything. But all these aspirations should be rejected by the prospective devotee who actually wants to revive his dormant love of God. Here, the rejection meaning the rejection of attachment. We should be rejecting the attachment, we should be rejecting these different boats, going to different and putting one foot on this boat, one foot on that boat, and trying to reach so many goals, temporary goals in our life. Yesterday I was discussing the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter to my group in Telugu, and then we were discussing the same thing. This same topic came yesterday. So I was explaining to them, there are so many. One of the my relatives, my sister, is asking me a question. She asked me, yes, that is, it sounds true. And she said, why we keep changing our goals? Why there is a change in? So let's say if we have found a destiny, that means we created one goal. Right? When we are a child, goal of a child is to study better, or after studying better during the study educational stage, The goal is to find a good job, and once you find a good job, then the next goal will be to get married. And then once you get married, the parents are asking, when are the kids coming, right? Have children. And then I ask them, is there a guarantee if you get married and have kids you will be happy? Then most of them said no. So our parents tell these things to us, and we tell these things to our children. So this knowledge that was given during in Gurukula time, like in the old and very, very ancient times, is lost, right? That education, that path has been lost, and now we are wherever we are. Then I was sharing that, yes, because this material planet is like that, right? It is changing, it keeps changing. You have one goal. Once you achieve that goal, you have to find another goal. Then you have to find another goal. You just keep on going above. But a devotee who has Krishna as a goal, right? It's like watering the root of the tree. So once you water the root of the tree, everything is all luscious and nourished, and all the tree branches or the leaves, twigs, fruits, and flowers, they are all blooming, right? Once you water the water to the root of the tree. So the comparison here is, if we just take care of the root of the tree, we don't have to specially endeavor for gaining that leaf or reaching the fruit, or at least reaching the branch, not so. So instead of that, just simply water the root, trust in that, trust in that, have faith in that process, because then you have guidance, right? We have proper guidance, we are in a proper systematic parampara we fall under. So it is so we have to spend that effort from our side. We have to put the effort and try to put some faith, and start somewhere small, and then slowly, and do not deviate from that main goal. These other life situations will come and go, but then the goal should not be changed, the final destination should not be changed. So the last line here, see, one can attain the stage of love of God by pure devotional service, or by a learned labor of love for the sake of the devotee's lovable object, the personality of Godhead. A learned labor of love. I mean, that phrase really, because whenever we say purity or pure devotional service, we are like little. I am perplexed because I don't know what is pure devotional service mean. Um, but a learned labor of love means you love the Lord, and you endeavor to develop that mood and change your consciousness accordingly, and try to tune into that path. So that is my understanding. For the sake of devotee's lovable object is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To be more clear, if one wants to attain the stage of love of Godhead, he must give up all desires for material enjoyment. He should refrain from worshipping any of the demigods, and he should devote himself only to the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He must give up the foolish idea of becoming one with the Lord, and the desire to have some wonderful powers, just to get the ephemeral adoration of the world. The pure devotee is only favorably engaged in the service of the Lord without any hope of emolument. This will bring about love of Godhead, or the stage of Shantam and Anandam, as stated in the verse. So, we, of course, many of us came from the path of worshipping different gods, different demigods, and for this benefit do this puja, for that benefit do this puja. That's what we were taught, and we were following. We are still following. Some of us are still following. So it's very clearly said the same thing. Srila Prabhupada did not put in second chapter Bhagavad Gita. I mean, the essence was there, but it was put in a different manner. So he's in Bhagavad Gita second chapter. It's around 60s number of one of the 60s verses, 66 or 64, 65. I don't remember. He says that when a yogi, when they're attached, when they're completely devotional, when they practice complete devotional service, And then, but outside they look like they are still attached to material things, but they are simply doing their duty as a duty to the family, or a duty to the as an offering to the Lord, of course. But even though that kind of a yogi, from the outside looks like he's attached to the material things, but he will still have the personality of Godhead's favor. So he will be protected by the Lord. He will take care of the devotee. In the first the second canto, first chapter also, we have learned, right? The devotee don't have to worry about when he is leaving the body, how he is leaving the body, and we don't have to worry about setting a time frame to leave our body. We can just simply follow devotional service path, and Krishna will take care of the taking care of the that when we have to leave the body, he will decide. Whenever he will decide, we just simply follow. um, it's already 7:58. I'm not sure. Prabhuji, should we go with the text number 32?
Sorry, Mataji.
I can.
Second, who is Monday class? Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, right? I can ask him. 1 second, Mataji. Let me check the other purports. Even
34 is not long. 33 is not
33 is
long.
not long. Okay, I will ask him to do that, Mataji, then. Okay.
35 is very long. So, okay. 32 is nothing but it's just a. Shukdev Goswami is saying that whatever I heard is whatever I am telling you. This is what I heard from my Guru and Vyasadev. And Vyasadev heard from Narad Muni. Narad Muni heard from Lord Brahma. But who heard from Lord Brahma? Lord Brahma heard from who? Directly, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So after being happy with Brahma's austerity or Brahma's prayers, that's when the Supreme Lord is explaining the same concept to Lord Brahma. So that is the reason why he's saying whatever the parampara he heard from, he's just giving the same to Parikshit Maharaj. See, again the parampara topic has come here. I would like to end here. It's already 8 o'clock. So if there is any, I apologize if I have not done proper justice to this verse. I'm not very technical. The concept, if I understand it, I will be able to explain. But this is very, Srila Prabhupada purports are like self-explainable. They're very simple, and we can. My personal experience is, irrespective of if I have association or not, I've always depended on Srila Prabhupada books and his purports. If I didn't have Srila Prabhupada purports in my life, I would have given up my life already. I was suicidal. I went through depression phase. I still have doctor appointments about that and all. So, but Srila Prabhupada, reading Srila Prabhupada books really give me that energy, enthusiasm, hope to move forward with whatever life is throwing at me. So that is my experience, and I'm so grateful for this process that Guru Maharaj and our own all of our Guru Maharajas and Srila Prabhupada, and especially to the Gaurahari. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is very, very merciful, even more merciful than Sri Krishna himself. You can try it actually. Try to pray to Gauranga Mahaprabhu one day and then see. It's just like instant. You will feel the reciprocation instantly. So you will feel happiness instantly. So yeah, if there is any corrections or any comments want to add for today's class, please. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Hare Krishna, Bhakti Priya, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji,
Thank you for the very nice class, and especially when you say, but for Srila Prabhupada's books, but for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. I mean, these are the two things that sustain the lives of devotees, really. Even I feel like that. Without Gauranga's appearance, we will all be in some dry land. So, and without Srila Prabhupada giving it to us, like, dishing it out to us, that life would be so unthinkable. That is true. Then regarding this purport, what came to my mind, there is one thing in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, 60 some verses, I think. It says, Ashantasya kuta sukham. That is, for one who is not at peace, one who is not peaceful, where is a happiness? And then there's the same thing in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says, Bhakti, Siddhigami, Bhuktigami, Sabha, Shanta, Krishna Bhakta Ekela Shanta. And that is, all these other followers of who are searching for bhukti, that is material enjoyment, and mukti, liberation, the yogis and all that, they are all after something. And they are not at so Krishna Bhakta Ekela Shanta. That is, Krishna Bhakti alone can bestow the peacefulness, from where we can look for spiritual advancement. That's the only thing I remembered. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, yesterday in my class also I was working with my relatives, and I was like, why it is, why these goals are keep changing, and then why we will not be happy even if we pray to other demigods and other ways of attaining God. If we go that route, what happens is even demigods are accepting the whatever our services as an offering to God only. They are not accepting for themselves. They will be offering to Lord Vishnu only, right? Everything is Krishnarpanam. So what is the point in going in a long way? We just take the shortcut that is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and just go, right? So we should be intelligent enough to accept that process. So, but thank you, Mataji, for reminding that one point also. 8:05. All right. Thank you so much for joining. We will close the call for today. It was a long day yesterday. So, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Krupasindhabhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I wish everybody has wonderful